Hello and welcome back to this week's top 10 plants from Bransford Webs. This week you're joining me in glass house 3 and 4. We've come in here this week because we just started another Hebe pot, another wave this week. So we've filled up half this glass house and we'll fill up the other half next week. We've filled up 7 and 8 already, and then we'll move on to the new line structure, the new multi-span, the week after. So it's a lot of prep for next year going on in the nursery now, a lot of potting to have crops ready for spring 2027. But that aside, we've still got loads of good looking crops online to boost your benches, boost your sales, and keep those sales going right the way through into the autumn. So with that in mind, I'm going to start on our hero plant for this week. It's actually a series of plants rather than just one plant, but it's the fantasy series of anemone. So this is Elsa. So the fantasy series of anemones are sort of medium height Japanese anemones. They'll flower at this time of year, so late summer, early autumn flowering. They'll keep colour right the way into the autumn. They're hardy, they'll work in a container, they'll work in the border. So a really versatile plant, and that's why I've chosen it for its hero status this week. And as you can see from this Elsa, it is absolutely smothered in bud. So that bud's all just about to burst, and then you'll get its lovely white, bright flower in the next few weeks. We've got 4 varieties online at the moment, so check the full range out. Right through to Pocahontas, which is a lovely deep pink, a bit shorter in its habit than Elsa. But the fantasy series is a really good, worthwhile garden plant, whether you've got a small balcony or you've got a massive border that you're trying to fill. It'll fit into any of those boxes. So a nice bit of colour for your benches. I also want to highlight, don't forget our Hebe addendas. So these are selling fast at the moment. They are going out by the trolley load. So we've probably got another 2 weeks worth of stock available. So grab them while you can. This is Emma, as you can see again, loaded in bud, just starting to show some colour. So after last week's hot weather, they've stood up really, really well. And again, another autumn plant, a short day flowering plant. This is the Aster Island series. It's not the Aster Island series. Oh, we used to grow it years ago. It's the Aster de Moses. So I'm going back in time there. So really nice range, pinks and blues in there. As you can see, absolutely smothering bud, hundreds of bud on there, and the first colour is just starting to show on there in a nice chunky 3 litre pot. And then we'll go, as I say, with autumn just around the corner, we start thinking about shrubs and evergreens and a bit more foliage colour as we go through into the hopefully cooler and hopefully a little bit wetter months as we get into autumn. We desperately could do some water here in Worcestershire. So this is our Caprosma series. We've got 3 varieties online. This is Eclipse, probably my favourite out of the range because it's got that lovely pinky red tinge to the edge of the really dark leaves. So it really contrasts and lights up a container or a bit of border throughout the autumn and winter. Also, we've got Stigma, not the easiest thing to say, Forest Blue, which again, lovely shrubby plant. The bud's just starting to form on it, and you can see the first flower is just coming out there. All these 3 litres are really nice chunky 3 litre pot full. We've got Viburnum macrophyllum, nice evergreen autumn winter flowering plant. So you get that flower and not a lot else is flowering. So combines really well with hellebores, which will be online in a few weeks' time. Really, really nice crop, 3 litre, lovely chunky plant, and a bit of bud on there too. Really popular plant in the last few years for this time of year is Nandina. So we've got 3 varieties, the most popular of which is Obsessed. As you can see, you understand why. It's got that lovely red tinge to the new growth. Great garden plant, forms a really lovely bush, no maintenance whatsoever to it. Really, really easy garden plant. If you want a lot of flower throughout the year, you've got Hypericum. So we've got Hidcut online at the moment. Again, lovely 3 litre shape. No bud on this at the moment, but actually will flush another lot of flower before the end of the year. We've got a good range of Escalonias online too. So we've just picked up Red Dream, nice 3 litre chunky pot. Again, it's just putting some bud and some flower on there, and a lovely, nice, tight habit to that good evergreen plant for the garden. Another evergreen one that gives real good structure to the garden is Euonymus Cathy. It's got lovely, again, the cream variegation against the nice deep dark green leaves. Great variety, nice habit to it, just flushing a bit of new growth there as well. So you're trying to get some structure in those borders to fill some gaps where some summer flowering herbaceous or tender perennials are dying back at the moment. This will give you good autumn and winter structure. And then last but not least, to make our 10 plants, we have got Berberis Starburst. Again, lovely variegated Berberis. Nice throughout the year, so again give that structure and foliage throughout the spring and summer. and actually give this another 6-7 weeks, and when those autumn nights come, this turns a bright vivid red and is absolutely stunning autumn colour in the garden. So that's this week's top 10 plants from Bransford Webs. Join us again next week to show you what's looking good here on the nursery. Goodbye for now.